to Rustler Gymnasium for a final time of the 24-25 basketball season. Good afternoon, I'm John Gabrielson, broadcasting live high atop Rustler Gymnasium on a Saturday, and we get ready for the last one for the CWC women. This is the finale. The men's division does it a little different than the ladies division. The ladies division just basically eliminates the number 7 seed. They do not get to go into postseason action, and unfortunately for a second year in a row, the CWC ladies are in that number 7 spot. Gillette on the other side battling for a home field first round game of the women's Region 9 tournament that right now, for all intents and purposes, looks like it's going to be in Scotts Bluff at Western Nebraska. This is the Porter's pregame show. It is brought to you by Porter's Mountain View Supply. They have 2 locations in Riverton and in Casper. PortersMVS.com, and appreciate them for sponsoring our pregame here today. Also want to thank Buckle Up for Life Wyoming and our halftime statistics and our halftime show. Postgame will be brought to you by Bailey Enterprises and Pitch Stops. And then, of course, the scoreboard will be on the screen and will be a courtesy of our friends at Fremont Motors, Fremont Chevy on North Federal Boulevard in Riverton. It is the Gillette women, 20-9 on the year. They are 7-4 in Region 9. They have won 1 in a row. That was at at Northwest on Thursday. They are Gillette. They won at Northwest on Thursday. They're 5-3 on their games away from the Pronghorn Center in Ladkey Court in Gillette. Pretty good record at 5-3. On the other side, the CWC women, under the direction of Keith Wyatt in his first full season as a head coach, 7-22, 2-9 in Region 9 basketball. They have lost 3 in a row, unfortunately, and they are 6-10 at home. 16 now. This will be their 17th home game out of 29 this season, and that is a fantastic bit of scheduling to get that many home games, but unfortunately at 6-10 hasn't translated into the W's that they had hoped it would in this. Liz Lewis in her 2nd season returning for the Pronghorns, her 5th season overall. She was the head coach there for 3 years. Then, as part of the Sheridan College District, their president cut athletics at Sheridan and Gillette due to the COVID pandemic. It took them 3 years, but they got it back under their own banner in Gillette, and the Pronghorns in their 2nd year back, and they're doing well. Their men's team ranks 21st in the country, and we'll see them a little bit later this afternoon, and a lot of storylines to follow in the way of that as well. This is the Porter's Mountain View Supply pregame show. We will take a better look at these 2 teams' starting lineups. It is sophomore night for CWC, and if you followed Gillette basketball the last 4 games, you've seen a lot of opponent sophomore nights. Gillette's last 4 games have been on the road, and they've pretty much hit everybody's sophomore nights, kind of like the year when we broadcast football, we hit everybody's homecoming as well. Gillette has gotten to watch everybody else's sophomore nights. They'll watch another one here tonight as CWC will honor 6 sophomores on the court. Your Porter's Supply pregame show will continue after this break. This is Rustler Basketball from Rustler Media.
Experience the thrill of big wins at Wind River Hotel and Casino. From Vegas-style slots to the ultimate table games, Wind River Casino and Hotel is the best place to play and stay for the perfect weekend getaway. Relax and unwind in the Wind River Hotel and delight your taste buds in the Red Willow Restaurant. Play, stay, and win at Wind River Hotel and Casino, Wyoming's premier entertainment experience.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
At Central Wyoming College, discover your path to success. From ag and equine, nursing, business and entrepreneurship, culinary, software development, automotive and welding, cosmetology, to outdoor leadership, agriculture, law enforcement, tribal leadership, CWC has you covered, offering hands-on learning and career-focused programs. Change your future at Central Wyoming College. It's central to your dreams coming true.
No antenna, cable, or satellite connection? No problem. You can now stream Wyoming PBS live at wyomingpbs.org/streaming. Or using the free PBS app on your favorite streaming device. The Wyoming PBS live stream is available on Apple TV, Android TV, Fire TV, Roku, and on many smart TVs. Wyoming PBS, now streaming live.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, LanderGambles.
Back to Rustler Gymnasium as our ad just decided to cut off a little bit prematurely there. I'm going to take a look at some standings, though, and going to get you up to date on where things are sitting right now as far as standings are concerned. And this is the Region 9 North Thunderbirds at the top again. Standings as Casper perennially the team to beat. It looked early on like Western was going to be that one after they went to Casper and won that. And then Casper righted the ship, and they've went 10-1 right now. Western Wyoming sitting at number 2. Gillette at 7-4 at number 3, in position to host. They would host Eastern Wyoming, perhaps LCCC actually, and then Eastern sitting at 4-7, LCCC at 4-7. They'll play this afternoon against Casper, and Western Wyoming Northwest College has finished at 4-8 as the number 6 seed. Potentially there could be some tie-breaking situation, but again, Central ends up at the number 7 seed, unfortunately, this year, and they will not be participating in postseason. This will be the final game of the regular season it'll be the final game of the season for CWC here today. We'll get you your starting lineups in this one here in just a minute. It is the 28th meeting between these two teams after taking a few years of hiatus. They got back after it last year. Gillette leads 20-7. And they have won 8 of the last 9. They've won the last 2 in a row, including the previous meeting in Campbell County, 70-55 the last time around. Starting lineups are on the way after we take a quick break. Again, this is the Porter's Mountain View Supply pregame show. Starting lineups on the way right after this.
Fremont Therapy Group has been a proud supporter of Wyoming athletes for over 25 years, providing highly trained clinicians to treat athletes and their families one-on-one. Locally owned by therapists, Fremont values commitment to professionalism, expertise, and community. Our services include hand therapy, orthopedic therapy, pre- and post-rehab, and aquatic therapy, and more. Set up an appointment today in Lander, Riverton, Green River, Rock Springs, Saratoga, or Rollins. FremontTherapyGroup.com.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Hey, grab me one too.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
Welcome to Bailey Tire and Auto Service, your local tire and auto repair specialist in Riverton and Lander. Say no to endless online tire listings and experience the convenience of local service. With unbeatable prices and top quality tires, we're here to change the game. Quality service and expert staff ensure you always get the right fit for your car. Choose local, choose Bailey Tire and Auto, where your satisfaction hits the road.
Back to the Porter's pregame show, and where we're going to take a look at our starting lineups. And we'll do that right here and just throw those up there. And we're going to do it for CWC first. And they will start like this. Number 1 is Natalia Ballin. Tal averages 14 points, 5 rebounds per ball game, an 80% free throw shooter. She is leaving Central as the all-time leading assister and stealer in Central Wyoming College modern-day history since about 2009. Great job for Tal in her 2 years here at Central doing that. SB Vergara, 5'7", sophomore from Blackfoot, Idaho, averaging 12 points per ball game, 5 rebounds, 4 assists as number 2 in assists all-time. SB Vergara behind Tal Ballin, 2 of them on the same squad, just setting the record books as SB also near the top 5 in scoring and also in three-point shooting. We kidded yesterday. I said, you only need 13 threes in this last game. And so she said, I'll work on it. So we'll see how she does, but also in free throws as well. Tal Ballin and SB Vergara, 2 of the greats that have ever done it here at Central Wyoming College. And it's just disappointing that the W's never came for their individual accolades as they've played on. Marin Baker has started every game but 1 for Central, the sophomore from Du Bois High School. She's 5'7", averages 5 points per ball game, and like I said, has started in every game but 1, had a season high 14 against Treasure Valley on the home floor earlier this season. Then a pair of freshmen from New Zealand, a 6'1" freshman averaging 11 points and 8 rebounds per ball game is Lou Ring, almost averaging the double-double, 82% free throw shooter, and she will step out and light you up from the arc as well, is Lou Ring. And fellow New Zealander, a 6'3" freshman, number 42, is Sophie Wilkinson. Sophie averaging 7 points, 7 rebounds per ball game. And that is your starting 5 for the Rustlers. Gillette 7-4, Central 2-9. And 60 points per game for Central, 72 for the Pronghorns, 72% free throw shooters. Central the advantage there, and Gillette just a little bit better of a three-point shooting team than CWC as the teams are heading to their respective sidelines, and they will get the sophomore festivities underway. Real quick, though, I'm going to show you the Gillette starting lineup. Says, I talked with Coach Liz Lewis. I said, who's starting? She says, I don't know yet. That was about 40 minutes ago. She knows now. Number 1, Kinsey Plew. Kinsey averages 2 points per ball game. Has only started 4 games, but she did start Thursday at Northwest College. Right, number 13 is Rochelle Afo Manamua. And she's the leading scorer for the Pronghorns at 16 points, 8 rebounds per ball game. Started every game but 2. She scored 26 in the home win with 13 rebounds over Central last time. They did start Kinley Engelhardt on Thursday, but Kinley is injured herself. She's in street clothes and crutches. So Kinley Engelhardt from Star Valley not getting the start tonight. Danae Asiata will. Danae is a 5'5" freshman from West Valley City, Utah, averages 6 points per ball game. Started Thursday. This will be her 9th start of the season. Dasani Nesbitt. She was a 2-sport athlete in Gillette last year, played volleyball and basketball. Just basketball this year. She averages 12 points, 10 rebounds a game. And Andrea Martin, a 5'10" sophomore from Madrid, Spain. Sophomore night festivities coming your way. Let's turn it over to Steve Barlow.
To Rustler Gymnasium here in Central Wyoming College. Before we announce the starters, we have a special event here to recognize our sophomores on the team, so let's get to it. First sophomore to recognize here is number 1, Natalia Ballin. Natalia is escorted by her parents, Ted and Christina Ballin. She is a psychology major here at CWC and plans to continue her basketball career at a 4-year, which is still being undecided. Tal would like to thank her parents, siblings, and teammates. Tal, Natalia Ballin. Next is number 2, Tiffany Trevort. Tiffany is escorted by her parents, Nathan and Christina Trevort. She is a health science major here at CWC and plans to become a physical therapist. Tiff would like to thank her parents. I wouldn't be who I am today without them, and I don't think I can ever repay them for all the things that they have done for me that got me to where I am today. Tiffany Trevort. Number 4, Esperanza Vergara. Espy is escorted by her parents, Ray and Veronica Batista. She is a psychology major here at CWC and is still undecided on her future plans. Espy would like to thank her family, coaches, the friends she has made here at CWC, and the man above. Shout out to Marcelo. Happy 6th birthday, buddy. Espy Vergara. Next is number 10, Marin Baker. Marin is escorted by her parents, Stone and Amy Baker. She is a psychology major here at CWC and hopes to continue on into counseling. Marin would like to thank her family, especially her parents, for the unwavering support and belief. Another huge thank you to her teammates and coach for an incredible season. The hard work, dedication, and joy we have shared has made this adventure unforgettable. She'd also like to give a shout out to her high school coaches who pushed her to get better and get her to where she is. I am so grateful to have been a wrestler the last 2 years, and I can't wait to see where things take me next. Go Wrestlers. Marin Baker. Next is number 15, Katie Walker. Katie is escorted by her parents, Glenn and Christina Walker. She is a communications major here at CWC and plans to continue her basketball career at a 4-year, which is still being undecided. Katie would like to thank her family, friends, teammates, and everyone she's met at CWC that helped her get to this point. And most importantly, she would like to thank her parents for sacrificing everything so that she could continue to play the game she loves. Katie Walker. Next is number 23, Rhea Ukai. Rhea is escorted by Macy Hine, her teammate and roommate from last year. She is a criminal justice major here at CWC and plans to continue her basketball career at a 4-year, which is still being decided. Rhea would like to thank God, her family back home, her coach, her teammates, and all of the nice people she has met here at CWC. Rhea Ukai. That's our sophomore. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, parents, for sharing your young ladies with us here the last couple of years. We have enjoyed and loved them.
Interesting that these 6 sophomores all came back not knowing who the head coach was going to be after Leighton Westmoreland decided to move on, and all 6 of them kind of got together and said, "You coming back?" "Yeah, I'll come back." And so all 6 of them came back, and obviously a good tight-knit family as you see these kids become when they spend almost every waking minute with each other. But just the sisterhood, if you will, of those 6 all deciding to come back with an unknown as a head coach coming in with Keith Wyatt coming in. And to a man and to a girl, I guess every one of them yesterday acknowledged that they would do nothing different.
If you now please rise for the national anthem. Before we announce the starters, I just want to take a second to ask everyone to please be respectful of these young ladies, coaches, and officials out here doing what they love. Be respectful with your language and all of your actions. Thank you. All right, now let's meet the starters. First from Gillette, a 5'6" freshman, number 1, Kinsey Plew. A 5'10" freshman, number 13, Rochelle Afo-Manuma. A 5'5" freshman, number 21, Danae Aseteri. 5'11" sophomore, number 23, Dasani Nesbitt. And a 5'10" sophomore, number 24, Andrea Martin. Gillette's coached by head coach Liz Luce. She's assisted by Lou Jenkins. All right, now let's meet your wrestlers. First, from Provo, Utah, 5'6" sophomore, number 1, Natalia Ballin. From Blackfoot, Idaho, a 5'7" sophomore, number 4, Espy Vergara. From DuBois, Wyoming, a 5'7" sophomore, number 10, Marin Baker. From Dunedin, New Zealand, a 6'1" freshman, number 24, Laura Ring. And from New Zealand, a 6'3" freshman, number 42, Sophie Wilkinson. The wrestlers are coached by head coach Keith Wyatt. Good luck, ladies.
Pronghorns come out in the Columbia blue, black numbers, white trim, Gillette across their front. Plew, Afo-Manuma, Asiata, Nesbitt, and Martin. Dasani Nesbitt, her brother Javon Nesbitt, plays on the men's team, and if you know Javon Nesbitt's name, he was a wrestler for about half a year last year or more, or possibly less, as we are underway. Central wins the tap. Central wearing their road black uniforms today at home for sophomore night. 6 sophomores being recognized as Vergara D'd up out there by Asiata. Gonna get it back. SB short 10-footer. Knocks it down in a very vocal crowd with a lot of parents in the crowd here this afternoon. 70-55 the first meeting in favor of the Pronghorns. 2-3 zone starting out for the Rustlers. Nesbitt goes up top. Martin triple rolls in, hits the front of the iron, and drops in for Martin. She is out of Madrid, Spain. And it's quickly a 1-point Gillette lead, about a minute into the ball game. Baseline, Talballin left it short. Nesbitt comes out of the pack, dribbling the basketball. Again, she played volleyball for Gillette last year. Did not play volleyball, was not on the roster this year, however. Shot on the way from 3, dish pans out. They are a 30% three-point shooting team, and then Central turns it over. And Asiata takes advantage and puts it off glass and scores. Boy, as the underdog, you can't give away free baskets like that. And Central knows that. Oh, and an offensive foul is going to be whistled on Sophie Wilkinson as she knocks over Afo-Manuma. And that'll be a second turnover on Central. And it took away an easy basket for Lou Ring on the offensive player control foul as well. Coach has kind of experimented with a little bit different lineup. Nesbitt a rebound. Might have been foul called. Nothing done there. And Ring ends up with a basketball. I was saying Pronghorns 30% from the three-point line. They average hitting 7 out of shooting 23 per game. Central 7 of 26, 27% three-point shooters. Streaky though, when they're hot, they're really good hot. As Baker made some separation and then shot it over the rim. Running the floor, getting the score. Martin. Central scored the first basket of the game, and since then it's been a 7-0 blitz by the Pronghorns in about a minute and a half. Plew gets the assist from blue line to blue line, basically, hockey term. And a carry is going to be called on Central. And that is already the third turnover on CWC here in the opening 2:50 of play right now. I see Leighton Westmoreland's former assistant coach in the house as Afu Manamua scores from 15. Also, Macy Hine was a player on the CWC roster last year, and she walked Rhea Ukai out for sophomore night festivities. Vergara triple. Back of the iron, Ring. Turns. Kind of threw it up a little haphazardly, but can't argue with the results as Lou Ring gets her first basket of the contest. Looks like Nesbitt might have been over the back of Wilkinson, but the ball bounces right into the hands of Martine, and she will score. It's going to be Katie Walker and Nat Tintor checking in for Central on the next stop in play. Vergara hands the ball to Ballin. Tal just inside the 15-foot line. Got a piece of it, did Martine, and it's taken out of there by the Pronghorns. Asiana a little out of control. Flips it back over. Martine's triple is no good. Espy the board. Central on the run. 3 new Pronghorns going to be checking in as Espy stops. Triple does not go, and Ring tries to save it. Can't. Runs into Kenley Engelhardt, who's already injured on the bench over there. And 4 new Pronghorns are checking in. Jada Johnson from Ontario, Canada is in. Also, Fet Tapasan, St. George by way of American Samoa, is in the game. Arna Bright for the same hometown of New Zealand as Sophie Wilkinson. Katie Walker in for Central. Katie out of Orem, Utah, 5'9" sophomore, averages 8 points a game. And Nat Tintor, a freshman, is into the ball game. Nat out of Belgrade, Serbia, going to take it to the rack and score, and might have been and one. Nothing called there. Nice move by Nat, using the right hand on the right side. Right hand on the left side. Plew for 3. Tintor knocks the ball into the hands of Ring. And Nat comes in and makes things happen. Gets a rebound and now a basket on that other end. And she also had the best line of the week as well, did Nat, as they were doing some social media things yesterday. I thought she was going to launch that 3. Instead, lobs it down low to Ring, pushes it back out. She was out of bounds. They'll turn it over. I was helping Coach Wyatt as we're going to get the media timeout. I'll resume that story when we come back. Media timeout, 11-6. Gillette out in front, 4:48 left to play in the first quarter.
Well, that sounds like a good idea.
That's extremely exciting.
Absolutely fascinating.
There's something you're doing that's magic.
Hey y'all, my name is Denali Klein. I'm a corporal in the Wyoming Army National Guard. I am a 42 Alpha, which is a human resource specialist. I help soldiers in the Guard be administratively correct. I serve in the Wyoming Army National Guard because I wanted to take full advantage of my benefits, and it is a privilege to serve my community. I am the Cowboy Guard.
Midway through the first quarter, 11-6 Gillette. They're just underway at Western with Western Wyoming and LCCC. They are scoreless, just started there. And they're late stages of quarter number 1 in Casper. Casper leading Eastern Wyoming right now 13-7 in women's play. A couple of shots underneath, no good, and Johnson comes out of the pack with it. Bright, 2-3 zone by Central. That's Abby Nickel from Colorado Springs. Long triple, trying to beat the shot clock, and not only did they beat the shot clock, they get the offensive rebound and free throws coming. Tapasaw will go shoot some free throws. So yesterday I was helping Coach Wyatt do some social media stuff in honor of Sophomore Day, and I was shooting baskets, and I threw one up behind my back wildly, and it missed everything. And I have said this line on broadcast before where that shot missed everything but the floor, and Nat Tintor turns broadcaster yesterday and said that exact line on me. He's like, oh, Gabrielson misses everything but the floor. So I had to give her props for that. Best line of the week from Nat Tintor, using my own medicine against me. Both free throws go in by Tapasaw. Lou Ring will check out. Wilkinson, Tintor, Ballin, Vergara, and then an offensive foul on Sophie. And the turnovers mounting on the Rustlers right now. That's going to be turnover number 5 in 6 minutes of play. Rhea Ukai will check in for Wilkinson. 2 personal fouls on Sophie, by the way. Rhea Ukai out of Pay Kosovo, a sophomore. Injured much of last year and came back this year. And Walker, right side, triple looks good, is good. Katie Walker off the bench for 3. And it's a 4-point game, 13-9. Pronghorns out in front on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Appreciate you tuning in on the broadcast on rustlerathletics.com. And I've posted if you'd like to chime in where you may be watching the Rustlers and Pronghorns. We'd love to hear from you and who you're watching, where you're at. We'll post that in the comment section. Big thanks to Amanda Nikoloff and the new media crew for their efforts behind the scenes here today. Noah Marshall is our student director. Julian Delgadillo and Skylar up here with me as that ball was stolen away by Johnson, almost knocked away back by Ballin. Tapasaw outside. Marinkovic is into the game. Johnson knocks a 3 in, and Tapasaw and Walker kind of got tangled up underneath the hoop, and Walker goes down hard, gets up slow. Does Katie after getting that tangle up. Tintor, Ballin steps into a 3, back of the iron. Tapasaw the rebound. Marinkovic, like she took an extra step, doesn't matter anyway. Ballin through traffic over to Vergara, left-hand layup is good. Tao with another assist, adding to her historic all-time career assist-leading performance at Central Wyoming College. Marinkovic, nice tap out of there by Ukai, but it goes right into the hands of Nickel. Coach Wyatt and Marinkovic. Coach Wyatt getting reprimanded by the official, the Kula Jets now. Here comes Tiff Trevort, 5'11" sophomore from Spanish Fork, Utah. I give them all a questionnaire at the beginning of the season. I ask them different things, and one of the best ones I've ever gotten was from Marin Baker. Says, Tiffany screams in her sleep and it's terrifying. Tiffany, on hers, I asked for like a 10-second talent. She said her wingspan is greater than she is tall. And Tiff is listed at 5'11", and her wingspan is over 6 feet. Very athletic sophomore from Spanish Fork, Utah. Marinkovic misses the first, and Coach Wyatt talking to the officials, and now they're going to visit. Not 100% sure the topic of discussion. There's 3 different huddles down there. They will sub. And it's going to be Gillette ball out of bounds. I think because it was not a shooting foul. Off the inbound, though, they're going to almost score easily as Ballin says you're going to have to earn it as she fouls Fo Manamua out of West Jordan, Utah. She scored 26 points with 13 rebounds in the home win. And how about this? Dasani Nesbitt also had 13 rebounds in the home win over Central. So between the two, they had 26 rebounds. See the new camera angles from Rustler Gymnasium. Again, appreciate Francis Obakoya, our Wyoming PBS engineer, and his hard work in helping getting those implemented and instrumental in our new media, Rustler Media broadcast. Walker partially rejected by Fo Manamua. Nesbitt. Presley Crawley is in the game from Sammamish, Washington, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and another CWC foul. Gillette is yet to be whistled for a foul. Coach Wyatt, it seems, has picked one official that he's going to give it all to right now, and that one's standing down next to Lou Ring, and he said, you're going to say that she was shooting on that one as well, and yes, they are, as Asiata goes to the line, hits the first free throw. She will have another. Second one is nothing but net. 20-11. Pronghorns out in front. Pronghorns have 4 more players listed on their roster than does Central. Baseline, Ballin finds Walker. Tervort back corner to Ballin. Tal working on Crawley. Ring, left-hand scoop, and the first foul of the game on Gillette comes with 9 minutes gone by in the contest. Ring will go to the line. Foul is whistled on Dasani Nesbitt. Freud, Montana. Javon Nesbitt averaging double figures for the Pronghorn men as Lou Ring scores. She has 3. SB has 4. Katie has 3. Now Lou has 5. Fo Manamua has 6 to lead the Pronghorns. Martine has 5. Central has switched to a man defense now. Nesbitt working on Ring. Over under, step through, nice play by Asiata. Let traffic run by and puts it off glass and scores. SB really being pushed left, and there's a foul on Asiata as she knocks Tal Ballin to the ground. Gillette averages 13 steals per ball game. They have 2 so far. They also only allow 62 points a game, and they're ahead of that average right now fairly considerably with final seconds ticking down in the end of the first quarter. Vergara again being pushed left by Asiata. High arcing triple, misses. 3/4 court, just past half court, comes up empty, and we've played 1 quarter of basketball. Gillette 22, Central 13. We'll be back after this break. This is Rustler Basketball from Rustler Media.
Central to athletics. Central for making dreams come true.
So you're a Rustler fan, but you can't make it to campus. Hey, no worries. Show your CWC pride wherever you are with gear from the Central Wyoming College bookstore at cwcbookstore.com. From hoodies to hats, sports-specific and parents, the bookstore has everything you need to rep the Rustlers in style. Head over to cwcbookstore.com, your one-stop shop for official CWC fan apparel. cwcbookstore.com. Gear up, cheer on the Rustlers no matter where you call home.
22-13 at the end of one. Central 5 of 12 shooting, 42%. 1 of 6 from the arc. That was a Katie Walker triple. 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Gillette has shot 5 more shots than Central. 7 of 17 as Walker knocks that out of bounds. 2 of 10 from the arc. 6 of 6 from the free throw line. In the early stages of the contest, Asiata and Afo Manamua with 6 apiece. Martin has 5. Central. Ring has 4. Vergara has 4. Central back in a 2-3 zone. Maybe a little 2-1-2 action now. Perhaps Ring kind of playing up a little bit on the high post. Clue. Step through, scoring. Afo Manamua. 11-point Pronghorn lead. Ballin with a patented Tal Ballin floater in the paint. And scores. Walker steps in front of an errant pass. Liz Lewis, like I mentioned, in her second consecutive year, her 5th year overall, had a 3-year hiatus of not coaching Gillette basketball when Gillette didn't have athletics after being part of the Sheridan College administration and the cutting of athletics during the COVID crunch. Nice play by Afo Manamua. I'll get it right one of these times. Ballin has it go through her hands. Last touched by Asiata, says the official. And it will stay Central basketball. The South gets to host the Region 9 tournament. Play-in games, they call them play-in, but it's first-round games, essentially. I don't know where exactly the word play-in came from, other than you're playing to get to the tournament venue as Vergara's triple sails out. Higher seeds will host those first-round play-in games as Plew knocks down a 3 in the corner. The Washington freshman. Washington-Utah freshman, I guess I better clarify. 29-15. And another turnover by Central. Afo Manamua, right-hand scooper, rolls out. Ball is off the... I was going to say off of a leg of a Rustler, but referee saw it differently, and he'll give it to the Pronghorns. Or excuse me, he'll give it to the Rustlers. I thought it came off of the Rustlers, but referee down there sees differently than I, perhaps with a better angle, much closer to the action. Vergara trying to lob it low down to Wilkinson, hits the underside of the rim, and it's taken away by the Pronghorns. The South will host that Region 9, the South winner. Ball bounces right back into the hands of Asiata. And Nesbitt had it, lost it as she dribbled it off the foot of Walker, taken away by Ballin. Western Nebraska pretty much has locked up the hosting duties for the women's Region 9 as Walker's 3 misses. Baker the rebound on the offensive side. Tal steps into a 3. That one's too hard. And it's going to be a foul on Marinkovic. She is out of Montenegro, and she'll get called for the foul. She jockeys down there for position with Marin Baker. Nat Tintor back into the ball game. Bright and Johnson back in. You see Johnson in the middle of your screen. Coming back in for the Pronghorns. Espy, corner triple. Nope. Tintor, rebound. Nat puts it up. That will not drop. She's going to battle for it with Nesbitt. Dribbles the ball out of bounds, and it will go Pronghorn basketball. Scottsbluff will host the Region 9 Women's, and I think that it's a foregone conclusion that the Gillette men, even if Central were to beat Gillette's men tonight, they hold the tiebreaker over Casper, with Western Wyoming having beaten Casper for their second loss, as Gillette and Casper split during the regular season. Tintor knocks it away from Baker. Baker bounces baseline, back out to Marin. 15-footer from the Du Bois Wyoming sophomore. Cuts the lead back to 12. Johnson will score. Coach Wyatt halfway out onto the court arguing with the official about a hook that Johnson may or may not have perpetrated to get that extra step down the lane. Ballin. Man-to-man defense by the Pronghorns with a 16-point advantage on Central. Central with 7 turnovers and facing another as they can't get a shot away, and the shot clock violation will be turnover number 8 on Central. Tapasaw back into the ball game. Also coming back in is Abby Nickel. Is it Nickel or Nickel? I look at the pronunciation sheet the coach has handed me and doesn't have anything on her. So Johnson runs around, scores the shot as Tintor and Nickel got tied up. I'm pronouncing that correctly. Casper leading Eastern at the media timeout in the second quarter right now, 30-26. Casper has already locked up the number 1 North seed, and I think they're playing some extra supporting cast, if you will, in that ball game. With a 4-point lead midway through the second period in Casper. Northwest is idle today. They're done for the regular season. CWC's men might have to go to Northwest as Papa saw a rebound. Wilkinson takes down the second one. Western is leading LCCC right now 21-13. That is in Rock Springs in the final day of the regular season of Region 9 basketball. Good defense by Plew to take that one away from Johnson. Johnson's going to knife down the middle, and she'll just go up and score. Went right between Baker and Ballin and scores. 35-17. Gillette. Nice move underneath. Wilkinson. That's Tal Ballin. Another assist. That is assist number 3 for Tal. At least number 3. Wilkinson with an and one on the foul from Tapasaw. And again, I kind of get the feeling from Coach Lewis as we get the media timeout. 3:32, I'll continue that thought. 14-point Pronghorn lead late in the second quarter.
Central to athletics.
Central for making dreams come true.
So you're a Rustler fan, but you can't make it to campus. Hey, no worries. Show your CWC pride wherever you are with gear from the Central Wyoming College bookstore at cwcbookstore.com. From hoodies to hats, sports-specific, and parents, the bookstore has everything you need to rep the Rustlers in style. Head over to cwcbookstore.com, your one-stop shop for official CWC fan apparel. cwcbookstore.com. Gear up, cheer on the Rustlers no matter where you call home.
Wilkinson to the line for the three-point play. Sophie with 5. Central switch back to a man defense now. Asiata. Nickel, triple, empty. Wilkinson. A lot of basketball in Fremont County today. Riverton hosting the 2A West High School Regional Basketball Tournament. Lander is hosting the 1A West Regional Basketball Tournament as Tal Ballin rattles one in from 15. Central Wyoming College also hosting a high school statewide speech and debate championship this weekend. So a lot of buses in Fremont County, not a lot of motel rooms to be had. Afu Manamua's shot no good. Baker the rebound for Gara. Triple. Try to add to her legacy here. Camp. And a foul as Asiata will go to the line. Tintor in the area. It's not going to go on her, though. It's going to go on Marin Baker. Presley Crawley, 6-foot freshman out of Washington, checking in. Liz Lewis has signed Emma Acey out of Rock Springs High School to play at Gillette College next year, among others. This is completely unrelated to anything in the world, but the ref has a cochlear implant on his left side of his ear. And at first when I saw it, he was on one of the treadmills in the fitness center before the game, and I first thought it was a tattoo because it was kind of dark, and I thought you've seen people tattoo cochlear implants in honor of deaf children or stuff, but his is actually a cochlear implant, and I believe he only has the one on the one side. But like I said, that had absolutely nothing to do with anything basketball other than he's the official, but I was going to quiz him about it until I saw that it was an actual thing, and I thought, okay, that's not something we need to do. But Central turns it over before the shot clock violation. Wilkinson goes down. Asiata, corner. Nickel runs past Ballin and going to be fouled as Baker comes in at the low block at the last second. And it's going to put Nickel to the free throw line. Nickel out of Colorado Springs. Katie Walker will come in. 13-point advantage for the Pronghorns. Our new camera angles. I would like to watch an entire 30-second shot clock from one of those angles at one point, Noah, our student director. 39-24, 150 left. Coming up at halftime, we'll bring you statistics. We'll look at the other scores around Region 9, and we'll also look ahead at the men's game, where it might be as two different basketball teams as you could see. One averaging 99 points, actually right at 100 points. The other, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Katie Walker as she and Nesbitt got tangled up underneath after the shot went up. Coach Wyatt in disbelief. The Gillette men score 100 points a game. Central's men score 58 points a game. So it's going to be a night and day contrast of styles between those two teams. triple misses, and ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay Pronghorns. Asiata to trigger it in. 72 seconds remaining in the first half. And the Pronghorns have been taking care of business, up 15 now. Asiata throws it. Walker just takes it away. Ball and ends up with it. Cal's going to get another assist as Espy takes it to the rack and scores. Assist number 6 of the game for Cal Ball, and adding to her already historic high of assists in Central Wyoming women's basketball history. That ball missed everything but the floor. See, I worked that one in. That was what Nat worked back on me yesterday when I missed everything but the floor. And I mean no disrespect in that, because that's exactly what I did yesterday. So it just, that sometimes that'll happen. Just did not get close. Shot clock 6 seconds ahead of the game clock at 14. Game clock at 20. Wilkinson to Ring, working on Nesbitt. Spins. Good defense by Dasani, and she'll get the rebound. Or will she? Wilkinson goes down, and they'll call her for a travel. Central right now feeling as if every single call is going against them at the moment as Keith Wyatt extends his hands out in the come on ref category. 30-second timeout called by the Pronghorns. They beat Northwest Thursday in a close one, 77-74. They are 5-3 away from home this year as Tintors runs to the check-in stand to come in. 9.6 seconds left as you look in on the Liz Lewis Pronghorns huddle. Janie Rayback, their athletic director at Gillette. Sean Neary, the head coach of the men. He's doing his 15th season there, his second in a row after the COVID hiatus dropped the axe on the program. Then they got out from underneath Sheridan College umbrella and got their own Gillette College District umbrella, and a town that supports their sports as much as anybody anywhere. Gillette. Even that they've split into 2 high schools, it is still rabid. Oh, nice play. Great play drawn up by Lewis. And the Pronghorns will take a 15-point lead into the second half intermission. That was just a well drawn up play by Lewis and the Pronghorns at the end of the first half. 41-26 our score at the end of one half of basketball on sophomore night, the final game of the season for the CWC ladies. We'll take a break. We'll come back here. Buckle up for Life Wyoming. Halftime show is next. This is Rustler Basketball from Rustler Media.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We've got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
Is central for making dreams come true.
Central to empowerment.
Central to the future of higher education in America.
Central to football.
Central to my heritage.
Central to healthcare.
Central to humility.
Central to the trades.
Central to ranching. Central to performance.
Central to agriculture.
Central to athletics.
Central to Wyoming.
I'm Staff Sergeant Amanda Fry. I'm a public affairs specialist for the Wyoming Army National Guard. One of the reasons I joined is because the Army National Guard offers a lot of benefits for education, just all sorts of stuff. So I joined for a lot of the benefits, but it really has become an important part of my life. It's a source of pride for me. I love serving my state and my country, and I love the job that I have here. I get to go meet new people, meet new soldiers, learn their stories, and help tell their story.
I am the Cowboy Guard.
Don't leave your future up in the air. Always wear a seatbelt and reduce your risk of death of serious injury in a crash by almost 50%. Buckle up, Wyoming.
This is the halftime show brought to you by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming, reminding you to buckle up every trip, every time. Appreciate you tuning in on the Rustler Athletics YouTube channel as we are at the intermission 46-21. Let's take a look at some of the first half stats in this ball game as we flip to the stat page right there. 41-26 you see in points. Central 11 of 26, and that is 42%. 14 of 33, 7 more shot attempts. They've made 3 more of the game as well. Have Gillette for 42% themselves. 3 of 15 from the arc, 10 of 10 from the free throw line for the Pronghorns right now. Central with 10 turnovers, leading to 15 points for Gillette. And Gillette out rebounding Central 14-12. 7 assists for Central, 8 assists going on right now. 6 steals. They average 13 steals a game, does Gillette. They have 6 right now. Central committed 9 fouls in the first half. Gillette committing 4 in the ball game. Take a look at some individual numbers right now. Jada Johnson has 9 points. There is Afo Manamua has 10. Danae Asiata has 10 as well. Nesbitt has not scored in the first half. She hasn't needed to either. 12 points, 10 rebounds per ball game she averages, but has not scored, but does have 3 rebounds. Andrea Martin has 5. Tapasan has 2. 3 points for Kinsey Plew for the Pronghorns. On the other side, Central led by Espy Vergara. She has got 6 points in the contest right now. Tal Ballin has 4 with 6 assists for Tal, adding to her career leading total. Sophie Wilkinson has 5, 4 points for Ring, 3 points for Katie Walker, and 2 points for Marin Baker right now. Nat Tintor has 2 as well. Lou Ring has 4 rebounds. SB has 3, leading the way on the other side. Nesbitt and Tapasaw each have 3 rebounds right now for the Gillette Pronghorns as we are at the break with a 41-26 contest right now in favor of the Gillette Pronghorns. Gillette men are going to warm up on the left side. I see one Javon Nesbitt warming up with them down there on the low block. We'll take a look at the men's game after we do this timeout. This is your Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show. We'll be back after this timeout. This is Rustler Media.
Experience the thrill of big wins at Wind River Hotel and Casino. From Vegas-style slots to the ultimate table games, Wind River Casino and Hotel is the best place to play and stay for the perfect weekend getaway. Relax and unwind in the Wind River Hotel and delight your taste buds in the Red Willow Restaurant. Play, stay, and win at Wind River Hotel and Casino, Wyoming's premier entertainment experience.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
At Central Wyoming College, discover your path to success. From ag and equine, nursing, business and entrepreneurship, culinary, software development, automotive and welding, cosmetology, to outdoor leadership, agriculture, law enforcement, tribal leadership, CWC has you covered, offering hands-on learning and career-focused programs. Change your future at Central Wyoming College. It's central to your dreams coming true.
No antenna, cable, or satellite connection? No problem. You can now stream Wyoming PBS live at wyomingpbs.org/streaming. Or using the free PBS app on your favorite streaming device. The Wyoming PBS live stream is available on Apple TV, Android TV, Fire TV, Roku, and on many smart TVs. Wyoming PBS, now streaming live.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com.
LanderGambles.com, what we're looking at. So, right now, let me give you the scores from around the rest of the region right now. At the half, Casper is leading Eastern Wyoming 35-28. And it is LCCC leading Western right now 30-28 in their ball game. So a little bit of a surprise there in that LCCC leading Western at Western right now 30-28. We are getting set for the second half of basketball here. Let's talk about the men's game, though. It'd be the 26th meeting between the Gillette men and the Rustler men. Gillette leads the series 17-8. Gillette has won 3 in a row. They've won 5 of the last 6. They won the previous meeting at Gillette 88-67. So looking to extend that streak. They average 100 points a game, shooting 40% from three-point line. On average, 11 of 28 per game. Central averaging 58 points per ball game. And like I said, it's just going to be a contrasted styles between the two teams as they get after it here this afternoon here in Rustler Nation. Also, the women saying goodbye to 6 sophomores. The men's team will not have a sophomore presentation. They only had 1 sophomore on the team, and unfortunately that sophomore was dismissed from the basketball team earlier this week. So there will be no sophomore men's presentation today. So it's all freshmen on the list for CWC. So it will be business as usual for the second game. Once again, this is the final game of the regular season, or any part of the season. It's the final game of the season for the CWC ladies, as they have been eliminated from postseason play, and they will be done as soon as this game is over. And then the CWC men will await their fate and see how things transpire. A couple of overtime games last night, and Casper needed overtime to beat LCCC, and then Western Wyoming got beat by Eastern Wyoming in overtime in Rock Springs last night. So a couple of surprises. I would say Casper beating LCCC is a surprise. The overtime might have been, and then I guess the fact that Eastern went to Rock Springs and beat Western on Western's home floor in overtime might be, I guess, the surprise that is going on there. We are at the intermission. It is 41-26 our score. We'll come back and give you the second half. It will be Central basketball when we return from this timeout. This is Rustler Basketball from Rustler Media.
Fremont Therapy Group has been a proud supporter of Wyoming athletes for over 25 years, providing highly trained clinicians to treat athletes and their families one-on-one. Locally owned by therapists, Fremont values commitment to professionalism, expertise, and community. Our services include hand therapy, orthopedic therapy, pre- and post-rehab, and aquatic therapy, and more. Set up an appointment today in Lander, Riverton, Green River, Rock Springs, Saratoga, or Rollins. FremontTherapyGroup.com.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Hey, grab me one too.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
Welcome to Bailey Tire and Auto Service, your local tire and auto repair specialist in Riverton and Lander. Say no to endless online tire listings and experience the convenience of local service. With unbeatable prices and top quality tires, we're here to change the game. Quality service and expert staff ensure you always get the right fit for your car. Choose local, choose Bailey Tire and Auto, where your satisfaction hits the road.
Final minute of the halftime warm-ups. Winding down, your scoreboard from Fremont Chevy saying 41-26 in favor of the Gillette Pronghorns. Central will have the basketball to begin the second half. They have been down as many as 18 at one point in this ball game, trailing by 15 at halftime now. When our scoreboard reappears back on screen. Plu Afo Manuma, Danae Asiata, Dasani Nesbitt, and Andrea Martin, the five that will start the second half. For the Pronghorns, dressed in their Columbia Road blues, the black numbers and the white trim. Central in their black uniforms. Orange trim, rustlers across the front. Tal Ballin, SB Vergara, Marin Baker, Lou Ring, and Sophie Wilkinson. As we get set for the second half. Scoreboard will populate. There it is. 41-26. The Fremont Chevy scoreboard. And you got to wonder at what given point, if it doesn't start reeling in, that Coach Wyatt lets his sophomores kind of take this one home. With three that started and three that are on the bench, as Ballin got that one swatted, and it's taken away by the Pronghorns. Steal by Ballin. She leads in steals, she leads in assists, and she scores. Plays much bigger, I've said many a time, than the 5'6" that she's listed at. Beach volleyball is going on for CWC volleyball players. Picked up their first ever match win last weekend in Denver. Saving it is Nesbitt. Asiata, that's a travel. And the turnover will go to the Rustlers. Good hustle by Nesbitt to go get that rebound and save it in. rodeo, golf, outdoor track. Also, some soccer scrimmages. Central with 2 new soccer coaches. And that is unique in that they've had one soccer coach for the 2 genders for the previous 6 years since bringing on soccer at CWC. And now they have Ben Nelson coaching the women and Marcus Horwood coaching the men. Ball goes through the hands of Afo Manuma. .13 Pronghorn lead. Their biggest lead was 18. 1 point in the first half. Dragging her pivot foot is Plew, and that'll be a second turnover of the contest in the second half by the visitors from Gillette. Very good crowd on hand on a Saturday for sophomore afternoon for the 6 CWC ladies. Like I said, they've got a lot of competition today with a lot of Fremont County teams battling for regional championships and state seeding. About half a mile from here at the Riverton High School. And 1A has got basketball. Nice shovel underneath, but Ring knocks it away from Nesbitt. Take it away. Wallen can't handle that one in the corner. It goes out of bounds, and it will go back to the Pronghorns. Arna Bright checks in. Averages 9 points. She's played in all but 1 game this season, has Arna. I'll give a shout out and thanks to Chase Horsley, the Basin Radio Sports Director, helping me out with some Pronghorn trivia. Plew shot is no good. Ring had the rebound knocked away from her by Martine, who's going to be whistled for a foul. We'll give the basketball back to Central. Rustler 500 is coming up. Your chance to help the CWC Athletic Scholarship Foundation and chance for you to win $10,000. And we'll get another foul on Gillette. Rochelle called for the foul. Her first personal. Nobody in really any foul trouble. Sophie Wilkinson has 2. Erin Baker has 2, but everybody else less than that. That ball bounces off the back of the backboard as you hear it clang, and that'll be a turnover on Central as Marinkovic checking in for Plew. In the paint, back out, triple. Misses everything out of bounds to the Rustlers. Johnson will check in for the Pronghorns. Checking in for Asiata. Wilkinson fouled underneath. Pronghorn foul goes on Bright. Bright and Wilkinson both listed from Taranaki, New Zealand, on opposite sides of the floor. And Sophie cannot hit the first. Sean Neary watching his men's team getting taped up by our athletic trainer, Stephanie Gallagher, as Sophie misses both. Under 7, baseline, knocking one in. Afo Manuma. Aaron Baker has 6 points. A little floater in the paint. Gillette keeping Central at arm's length, but Central trying to mount some comebackedness as the baseline drain by Tao Ballin. About a 15-footer by Tao. She has 6 assists to go along with her 8 points now on that basket. High post, turn around, they left her wide open, and she says, all right, I'll take it. And Bright knocks it down. Sophie dishes the ball, right side. Baron Baker can't hit the lay-in. And it's taken away by Gillette. Media timeout coming in about 20 seconds. Odd angle to use the backboard, but it pays off for Martine as she scores. 2 new pronghorns set to check in on the next whistle, which will also bring us our media timeout. Sophie, 15-foot line. Backdoor ball and partially blocked and saved. Nice play by Bright on the block by Martine. Marinkovic puts one in from distance and gives Gillette back their largest lead of the ball game. They've matched their largest lead now of 18. Baker might have traveled. Oh, they call a foul instead, and she is holding her knee. Kind of drug that pivot foot, but I guess partial the reason why was the foul by Marinkovic. 4:17 left to play. 50-32 Pronghorns matching their largest lead. We'll be back after this in the third quarter.
At Central Wyoming College, your future starts here.
Open mic, fade and camera 2, Q Talent.
Join one of the most in-demand creative and technical careers, new media. Live and work anywhere with your choice of thousands of radio and television stations across the country. Travel the globe as a social media influencer. Join a business marketing team or use your new media skills to start and promote your own business. Wherever your dreams take you, it all begins at CWC. Expect hands-on training in all aspects of media production, including video, audio, social media marketing, and web development. Enjoy learning in a collaborative and inclusive atmosphere. Our small class sizes provide one-on-one attention with our expert instructors. Make your way at Central and start your journey to a rewarding career in new media.
4:17 remaining in the third on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Rustlers down 18. Ring Walker is into the game. Tintor is into the game. Ballin and Vergara in Central black and orange. Rhea Ukai is in. And now are they going to go? They do have a review going on at the table. So they'll send them back. I'm going to guess maybe it is to see where the 20-second or 30-second clock may have been. That is just a complete guess at this moment. And usually, if I'm guessing, it means I'm out in left field. They are talking to Coach Lewis. Now they're talking to Coach Wyatt. They're going to leave everything as is, from what I can tell. 30-second clock. Ballin to Ring. Man-to-man defense by the Pronghorns. Ring running through the lane with a left hand. Nice job, Lou. 6 points for Lou Ring. She has 5 rebounds on the day as well. 2-3 zone by the Rustlers. Had it to 11, and now it's been ballooned back up to 18 and hanging out at 16. Shot clock at 10. Driving into the lane, and a rebound by Nesbitt, and she's fouled. Ukai and Walker in the area. Nesbitt has not scored, but she does have 5 rebounds in the contest for the Pronghorns. Nesbitt, Ballin falls down. That one, she's over the top of the iron and picked up by Katie Walker. 3:20 left in the third. Lobbed a Ring on the low block. Lou, nice step in, scores around Nesbitt. 8 for Lou. Laura, they call her. Well, Laura's her name, Lou, they call her. Out of New Zealand. Plew. All tapped out of the hands of Walker by Crawley, and Central will get it back. Down 14. Like I said, they had it chipped down to about an 11-point game, and then all of a sudden ballooned back up to 18. Under 3 to play in the third. 13 minutes left in the season for the Rustlers. Walker's triple skims off the back corner of the iron, missing back corner of the backboard, missing pretty much everything. And it will go Pronghorn basketball. Foul on Walker. Katie, by the way, has got black hair for sophomore night. Normally you see that blonde hair of hers noticeable out on the floor, but has dyed her hair. She'll come out of the game. Tiff Tervort checking in. What you can't see from our camera angle is the orange highlights on her eyelashes as Johnson gets free on the low block and scores. Ballin ends back up with it. Tries to go down to Tervort, but had her separated in an odd angle, and it goes out of bounds. Shot clock under 10. Long, dangerous passes. That one gets knocked into the backcourt. Ballin with a steal. She's going to get both of what she does. A steal, then an assist for Tao Ballin. Stolen at half court, got it to Vergara, who scores. SB wanted the and one. That was vintage Tao Ballin right there. The steal and the assist all within a fraction of a second of each other. Almost another steal, as scoring will be Plew. 8 points, 8 assists for Tao Ballin. Ukai back to the basket. Ring on the three-point line. Can't get it to go. Nesbitt will get a rebound. Corner, wide open nickel. No good. Nesbitt's going to out-hustle Ring for the rebound. Dish underneath Plew. Back outside Nesbitt. Dasani back to the corner to Plew again for a triple. A swipe by Tervort might have got a piece of that. Ring the rebound. Trevort Vergara steps back. Triple on the way. Looks good, is good. SP doing what SP does. Knocking down a triple from the right side angle. Back to a 13-point deficit. Central has outscored Gillette 15-13 in the third. They take some momentum to the fourth. Final 10 minutes of the season for the Rustlers coming up. They trail by 13 as we head to the fourth quarter.
Central Wyoming College is thrilled to announce our new Associate of Science degree in Software Development. In a world where technology is constantly evolving, there is a growing demand for skilled software developers who can create solutions to everyday problems. Whether it's improving healthcare systems, enhancing cybersecurity, or developing innovative apps, this program is designed to take you from basic computer skills to a highly sought-after software development profession. With hands-on learning, expert instructors, and a curriculum tailored to the current job market, you'll learn to design, develop, test, and maintain software in a collaborative environment. Imagine creating software that makes a difference. At Central Wyoming College, you'll gain the skills needed to transform your passion for technology into a rewarding career. Enroll today and take the first step toward a brighter future. More information on the Associate of Science degree in Software Development can be found at cwc.edu.
Out of the timeout, it will be Gillette basketball with a 13-point advantage as Central now down to their final 10 minutes of their season. Tal Ballin has dished out 8 assists for the third time in her career and is just a couple of assists away from single-game record area. Olivia Shippen dished out 10 to be the all-time single-game leader as Ukai knocks Nesbitt down and is there to help pick her up. LaShira Butler, Bailey Forney, Palani Tarawa all had 9 assists in games. Tal Ballin has hit 8 assists at least twice prior to today in her career. Free throw is good. I'm going to go check out something else. Tal has 10 that she did against Treasure Valley. So Tal has tied as Nesbitt makes that one. Tal has tied the single game assists. Earlier this season, Essential's going to throw it away. Plu going to score it. Tal is 3 assists away, essentially, from making that single game record all by herself. They're trying to go to Ukai. Nesbitt steps in front of it, takes it away. Dasani will go the distance. Bodies fly. And a foul is going to be called. And 2 free throws. Dasani Nesbitt coming up on the foul by Tal Ballin. Excuse me, Tiff Tervort gets the foul. 17-point Gillette lead. Central had kind of garnered a little bit of momentum heading into this fourth and final period, and then Gillette has come out and seized that as Nesbitt cannot hit the first. She will have another, and she will get the second. Ballin wraps it one way, comes back across, finds Ukai. Ukai travels with the basketball. Nat Tintor will check in for Rhea Ukai. To each one of the 6 sophomores that I did the social media interviews with Coach Wyatt yesterday, all 6 absolutely advocates for Central Wyoming College. And I know the wins didn't come, but it's much bigger than that, as they talked about culture and campus life and instructors and everything else, and very big proponents of Central Wyoming College, as Gillette now has their largest lead of the afternoon of 20. Coach Wyatt is recruiting for next year as Ring will score. Tiff Tervort will get the assist. Nice move, Rochelle Afo-Manuma. Back to a 20-point Pronghorn advantage. Ballin throws that one to nobody in particular. And Asiata's going to go step underneath and miss the shot, but be fouled. Danae Asiata will go to the line and shoot a pair. Sophie Wilkinson checking in. Marin Baker checking in. Tervort out. Ballin out. Foul was whistled on Tintor, by the way. That'll be number 1 on Nat. Asiata free throw, no good. Gillette is 63% free throw shooting team. Averages 11 of 17, but they've shot very well today. 13 of 15, 87% on that miss. They had been 13 of 14. Now they're going to be 14 of 16, raising it over 87% now. Asiata checks out. I'm not sure why music started playing there for a moment, but got her wrangled back in. Tintor throws it down to Ring, and it's taken away by Dasani Nesbitt. She will crash into Marin Baker and get called for the offensive foul, does Nesbitt, as she kind of got the worst of both ends on that as she crashes to the floor and gets the foul call. Crawley back into the game. Coming out, Martine. Tintor. Directing traffic, finds Ring. Lou, baseline. Foul call as Bright got a pretty good chunk of her arm and will send her to the free throw line. Lou, 82% free throw shooter on the season. She has 10 points and 6 rebounds and nothing but net on that one. Perfect 3 for 3 from the free throw line today. 7 minutes left in the ball game and the season for the Rustlers. Lou gets both. She has 12. Her season high was 22 with 13 rebounds earlier this year. She had 13 points and 9 rebounds against Gillette at Gillette. The New Zealander. Nesbitt another offensive rebound, and she'll score. She's a rebounder, is Nesbitt. That is just her first field goal of the game. She has 8 rebounds to go along with her 3 points. Tintor, Wilkinson, Sophie, baseline, Baker. Nesbitt tries to take a charge. Nothing called. Ball goes out of bounds to the Pronghorns. Johnson, Tapasaw, and Nickel back into the game for the Pronghorns. Walker sprints to the check-in stand and heads in for the Rustlers. Have not seen Liberal, Lincoln, or Bello Sancho for Central. Two people from Spain and one from Lander, Wyoming, that have not made it into the ball game for Central. 21-point Gillette lead, 6 and change left as they'll throw it into the student section. And that turns it back over to the Rustlers. Cal Ballin scored 33 earlier this year. That ranks has the third most singles game scoring effort as Marin Baker in disbelief on a foul call on the low blocks. Lou Rings 13 rebounds. Sophie's had 13 rebounds 3 times this year. Doesn't quite register on the top. Tiff Trevord had 14 last year, if you remember that. Walker, long pass for Gara, up ahead. Wilkinson has to get back in position and puts it up over Nickel and scores. Go look at something else on Cal's ledger. 4 has been her most for steals this year. She had several last year as Tapasan gets called for a walk. Here comes Tal back into the ball game for Katie Walker. And Marinkovic out. Media timeout in about 23 seconds from right now. Casper with a 10-point lead heading to the fourth quarter over Eastern, 56-46 in their game. Lob underneath. Wilkinson scores. Katie Walker will get the dish. Western is out in front of LCCC now by 7, 50-43. There is 6:40 left in the ball game in Rock Springs. Western was trailing at halftime. Marinkovic skims off the iron, out of bounds. It will go Central basketball. Looking at Coach Keith Wyatt in his first year in the media timeout. 4:46 left in the season for the Rustlers. They trail 66-49 when we come back on Rustler Media.
Well, that sounds like a good idea.
That's extremely exciting.
Absolutely fascinating.
There's something you're doing that's magic.
Hey y'all, my name is Denali Klein. I'm a corporal in the Wyoming Army National Guard. I am a 42 Alpha, which is a human resource specialist. I help soldiers in the Guard be administratively correct. I serve in the Wyoming Army National Guard because I wanted to take full advantage of my benefits, and it is a privilege to serve my community. I am the Cowboy Guard.
66-46. 4:46 left to play in the contest. Central basketball. Tab Allen has tied the #1 assists for a single game with 10 earlier this year against Treasure Valley. She has 8 today. This is her third time she has 8 assists in a ball game in her career, thus leading to the fact that she is the all-time career assist leader at Central, as well as the #1 stealer. She almost got a 9th assist there, but Wilkinson's shot does not go down. Vergara knocks Marinkovic to the ground. Johnson will return for the Pronghorns. Fourth road game to end this regular season for the Pronghorns. Had their sophomore night a few weeks ago and then watched 4 other sophomore nights playing those 4 games on the road as Marinkovic puts that one in. Central will not have a sophomore night recognition for the men's team. All freshmen playing. Vergara to Walker. Hands it back to Ball, and Towel, one of the three, doesn't shoot it. Vergara from long distance three, no good. Johnson picks up the long rebound on the other side of the three-point line, goes to the rack and will be fouled. It's going to be on Vergara. And that is number 3 on Espy. $19-point Pronghorn lead. Johnson going to the line. She is from Ontario, Canada, listed at 5'5" and a sophomore. Free throw off the iron, no good. Second is good. Quick subs for Central as Ring and Wilkinson will come out. And now we may see a timeout. It'll be all sophomores on the floor, and maybe that will be the case for the final 3:46 of this one. Timeout called by Coach Keith Wyatt. We'll keep it here during this timeout. Again, appreciate our student-led broadcast. Noah Marshall is our director. Skylar Anderson and Julian Delgadillo is our camera operators high above Rustler Gymnasium today, giving you those views right there of the Gillette Huddle. Under the direction of Amanda Nikoloff, the new media instructor at CWC. Big thanks to Wyoming PBS and engineer Francis Obakoya. If you are watching for the men's game that will be coming, we will be stopping this stream, and you'll need to go back to the Rustler Athletics, CWC Rustlers YouTube homepage and click on the men's game. That'll be coming up on a separate stream if you are watching for this one. Appreciate you tuning in on the Rustler Athletics YouTube channel. I'm John Gabrielson, radio manager, professor, part-time marketer, part-time broadcaster. Not really good at anything, but I do a lot of stuff, so. Under 4 minutes to play in a 20-point Gillette ball game. 5 sophomores on the floor. Ukai, Vergara, Tervort, Walker, and Ballin. Espy triple. Skims front iron. Coach wants him to pick him up half court. 5 new Pronghorns will check in on the next stop in play. Johnson, one extra pass. Nichols going to drive it all the way and be fouled as she's knocked to the floor by Ukai. Engelhart and Plew, the only 2 left standing at the Gillette bench. Engelhart is in street clothes after an injury. Nesbitt back in. Martine back in. Marinkovic and Asiata back in. Coach Lewis has pretty much played everybody pretty equal minutes, much like she did Thursday night, as Nickel can't hit the first free throw. 3:09 remaining in the contest. Second is also no good. Katie Walker the rebound. Katie's going to go to the rack and score. Coach Wyatt wants him to press. They're going to break the press. Asiata brings it across the CWC midcourt logo. And Central is going to get a timeout out of Coach Lewis. A 30-second timeout as Central ratcheting up the defense a bit. Trailing by 18 with 2:47 left in the season. And again, it's kind of sophomores out there right now, bringing this one home for Central in their final 2:47. I'm not sure, had I mentioned this earlier during the season, but Estela Bello Sancho from Zaragoza, Spain. Not only does she share the same day as I do on our birthday, but she also speaks 5 different languages, does Estela. Spanish, English, Chinese, German, and Danish. And I struggle with one, and Stella speaks 5. And joking yesterday, they tried to run that same inbound play that I guess it wasn't the same, but similar inbound play that they ran to end the first half. That one doesn't go as swimmingly as the first one did. Rhea yesterday, she said, I think I speak English better than my home language now. After being in America for 3 years, she was in New York for a year prior to coming to Central. Asiata tries to dish it off left side. DeVort goes to the floor. Ballin saves it, finds Vergara. Vergara is going to dish it to Walker. She'll spin with the right hand, comes up empty, and Nesbitt with another rebound. 9 boards for Dasani. Marin Baker, the 6th sophomore, is going to check back into the ball game and see who comes out of the game. It's going to be Rhea Ukai who will come out. Round of applause for Rhea as she benches the clock operator's fist bump as she runs by. Walker triple skims off, and it's Bright, can't glove the rebound, and it goes out of bounds to the Rustlers. 2 minutes left to play in the season for Central. Corner, Vergara, Espy adding to her 3-point total, top 5. Nesbitt fouled by Baker. Espy 14 points. 2 of 10 from the arc. Thought she had one early, but that was a Katie Walker 3. Central has not, unfortunately, shot very well today from the 3-point line. 3 of 18 in the ball game, just 17%. 151 left. Nesbitt second, no good. Tervort the board. Katie says go. Tal pins back up with it. Ooh, collision as Baker goes down hard at the free throw line. Asiata is going to get the foul call as she and Baker collided hard at the free throw line. Just the 3rd team foul of the quarter on the Pronghorns. Ballin, 16-foot. Snaps nylon. Tal has 10 to go along with 8 assists, and a timeout called by Coach Wyatt. We'll take it with him. Come back and wrap this one up after this timeout. This is Rustler Basketball from Rustler Media. 92 seconds left.
Central to athletics.
Central for making dreams come true.
So you're a Rustler fan, but you can't make it to campus. Hey, no worries. Show your CWC pride wherever you are with gear from the Central Wyoming College bookstore at cwcbookstore.com. From hoodies to hats, sports specific and parents, the bookstore has everything you need to rep the Rustlers in style. Head over to cwcbookstore.com, your one-stop shop for official CWC fan apparel. cwcbookstore.com. Gear up, cheer on the Rustlers no matter where you call home.
Full court pressure by Central. Asiata, left-hand scoop is good. Tal Ballin knocking in another one. Final minute of the season for Central. Tal has 12 with 8 assists. Pronghorns just playing keep away. 10 seconds left. Nesbitt puts it up. No good. Her and Baker. And Nesbitt just wrestles her away from the rebound. They'll call a tie-up and give the arrow to CWC. Dasani is not, I think she'd probably be the first to tell you, has not played her best offensive game today. She has 6 points, but she has rebounded the heck out of the basketball. She has 9 today, does Dasani Nesbitt. Casper has a 12-point lead with 3 minutes left to play on Eastern Wyoming in Casper. 71-59, 3:10 left. And going on in Eastern, LCCC versus Western Country. Western has a lead in that one, 55-47. They're under a minute to play in that one, so it looks like Western will go on and win that, which will solidify them in the number 2 spot ahead of Gillette, who will finish in the number 3 spot. And then if Eastern's going to, if they could get the win over Casper, because it doesn't matter for Casper. Ballin just got assist number 9. And Coach Lewis wants a timeout and will advance the ball. 9 assists for Tal Ballin. 1 away from her career high, 1 away from the single game record of assists for Central on 9 assists. But no, I'm going to put up a graphic here and take the scoreboard off real quick. But looking at, actually, you don't even have to take the scoreboard off. The graphic will not be covered up. But Casper at the moment will go to 11-1. Western will go to 9-3. That'll make them solidified second. Gillette will go to 8-4, number 3 regardless, and will host Eastern. If they could beat Casper right now, but they're down a dozen with about 3 minutes left to play, would improve their spot over LCCC. That where maybe you either host or you go on the road somewhere. And then Northwest College down there, knowing they're going to go somewhere. Central's going to foul, and that will put Afo Manuma to the line. .12 game, now 13, as that one made no noise whatsoever as it travels through the net. Again, if you're watching for the men's broadcast coming up, that game will be at 4:30. So we'll have a considerable time delay between the two games as Coach Wyatt burns a timeout. Actually, the game not at 4:30. It was supposed to be at 4, so they'll put up an ample amount of warm-up time between the two. We will be stopping this stream to bring you the men's stream on a different stream for these games. And late in Western Country, they've called another timeout. Their scoreboard fades in and out on that one. Casper with a 9-point lead, 2 minutes left to play in their ball game. Western usually will put another scoreboard up on their screen, but they do not. Ballin, excuse me, it's not Ballin. There's a steal on the inbound by the Rustler, by the Pronghorns, excuse me. 30 seconds left, about 8-second differential. Baker's going to foul. And Rochelle will go back to the free throw line. 14 seconds left. Western with a 6-point lead over LCCC. Free throw is no good. Second is good. Shot clock a half a second ahead of the game clock for Central. Ballin to Tervort. Steps in, blocked away by Nesbitt. Nothing called, and then a foul as Nesbitt kind of twisted her ankle as she goes down. And Nesbitt will go shoot some free throws. "15 seconds remaining in the contest. Gillette to go to 8-4 in conference play. 21-9 overall. Last year, Coach Lewis had to recruit a rodeo player and a volleyball player to help after they had some injuries, and then kind of hit their stride and ended up winning 3 or 4 games. Nesbitt by herself gets her her double-digit rebound. She was against 3 rustlers and got the board, and she'll get her 10th rebound of the game. 7 points, 10 rebounds, Dasani Nesbitt. Coach Lewis talking to her team. Dasani will go to the line. 12 seconds remaining. Free throw is good. She has 8 points now. Ukai steps up, shoots a 3, can't get it to go, and that's how this one will end. 77-60. CWC season comes to an end. They will fall to 7-23 on the year, 2-10 in Region 9 play, and unfortunately end their season on a 4-game losing skid. Final score once again, 77-60, your final. It's been erased on the scoreboard, so our scoreboard goes blank with it. Real quick, let me give you some final scoring numbers. Rochelle Afo-Manuma, 17 points, 4 rebounds. Danae Asiata had 13 points, 12 points for Jada Johnson. 8 points to Sonny Nesbitt with 10 rebounds. Andrea Martin had 9 points in the game, 7 for Kinsey Blue with 4 assists in the ball game as well. On the other side, Central was led by their 2 that lead them. SP Vergara had 14 today. Struggled 2 of 10 from the three-point line, unfortunately. Had 4 rebounds and a couple of assists. 12 points, 9 assists for Tal Ballin. Just one shy of her single-season career mark for Tal Ballin. 12 points for Lou Ring with 7 rebounds, 9 points for Sophie Wilkinson with 3 rebounds in the ball game. That'll wrap it up for us from Central Wyoming College for the women's game. Men's game will be coming up at just a few minutes. We'll get this stream stopped. We'll get everything started for the next one, and we'll be back on with the men's stream coming up in just a bit. Thanks to Amanda Nikoloff and the New Media Kids, Noah Marshall, Skylar Anderson, and Julian Delgadillo. I'm John Gabrielson. Final score, Gillette 77, Central 60. This has been a presentation of Rustler Media.